if this works for like a second time in a row, I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled. I think it's working. Yeah, it's working. Thanks. That makes going live on YouTube easier. Okay. Researching embroidery stitches, nice. Like cross stitch or just regular like needlepoint or... I'm about to start sewing. The 28th was yesterday, and the 30th is tomorrow. But I love gatherings. Isn't it ironic? Thank you for the help, the date help, Raider Rich. It is the week between Christmas and New Year's. I am just confused and made of cheese. I don't know what you want me to do here. We're going to turn on the wireless mic so that I can go mobile. How are you? So excited. I get to see Boink Off in like a week. Brain has been going a mile a minute on things you're supposed to print. You're going to print. Yeah. Oh, I love that. What printer are you going to get, Cavis? All right. Let's see. This has a little thing here, like a little lip, so let me know if I need to put the microphone over the lip. I'll do it anyway. Dark Suns has like every good link to everything ever. Right. Ooh, what's that? Yeah, so I'm using something called Streamway. It's been working really great. Ooh, YouTube live streams theater mode. That looks awesome. I mean, I hate that their thumbnail is some sort of not doctor, but that's cool. Thank you. I'm gonna have to look at that. Yeah. So hello and welcome if you're watching over on YouTube. I am going to go over and start sewing. Actually, first I'm going to go to my table, my work table. I'm doing the 10K and a half, correct? Yeah, that is correct. Is that what you're doing as well? Because I was going to do the 5K. I was going to work the 5K, but they ended the volunteer program. Blue Pointer, yay! Still loving it so much. Oh, I love it. Oh, husband's back. At least I hope that's my husband. I have considered making it so I can see people, so I can see the chat over on YouTube at the same time, but only doing the half. You're walking it too. Okay, I'm with you. Because I'm going to be probably in the last corral. I'm going to do my best, Todd. I don't know. I mean, my legs are garbage, but when I've tried to run, it's actually been okay. So I'm going to hope for the best. Also, I hooked this back up. I don't know if you have all ever seen it from the side of the camera. It's a ring light. It's a Mickey Mouse shaped ring light. Because of course it is. And if I do it right, when I film, I'm going to put it over here to give me more light, but not today. If I do it right when I film, it gives me Mickey Mouse reflections in my eyes. Because of course it does. The Quiddy +4. Yay! Well, I can't wait to see all the things you make with it. Focus is off. Okay, thank you. Hey, babe! He's coming downstairs. He can fix the focus. Thank you. Do you want to see what I put back on to our things that work? The color is way off, so I have to fix that. But finally, we got close-up stuff again. You just texted Nurble. Oh, about the focus being off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was at the store, Todd.
Can you hit the button? Yeah. Teamwork! That's effing teamwork! Yay, thank you. Blue, it's so good to see you. Todd says he's gonna walk the half too.
Yeah. We'll just walk it together.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that'll help me finish.
Have fun.
Yeah, because I'm really worried about finishing. I I'm worried about finishing because I don't know. I gotta stretch and stuff. So hi everyone. This is my other work table. I am going to really quickly fix something since I'm over here, and fix something. Yes, please do. And it's the thing I'm fixing is this. I love it. It's one of my favorite like hat things. Do I have it? Hold on a second. The upper left-hand corner might be jacked up. It is. Okay. Hold on. I actually want to do that over here. Okay. So you can see the magic behind the screen here. Look, now it disappeared. It'll be the three of us on the half, just like the last few. I love Todd. I appreciate it. Let's do it. Let's do it. What? This Syracuse has. Andrew has a hat for the Syracuse salt potatoes. The Syracuse Mets. Okay. And his hat is a salt potato, which is apparently a thing. That sounds like a great site. Can you post that on Discord too? I love you too.
I got you options.
Okay, thank you. So this is my glue gun. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Look, let's see how this works. Oh, because it's green, you can't see it. But, hold on. Does he disappear too? Kind of. Ooh, he's like a ghost, Kevin. Ooh. Disneyland. Which I half this time around was a Western course. It's so funny, Todd. I was actually thinking of you, and I felt, I'm very proud of myself for not chiming into the variety of discussions where people are like, this is a new course because blah, 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 blah. And this is a new course because of this. And this is a new course because of that. And I'm like, this isn't a new course. This is just the other course they used to use. Me too. I also have, it was actually a glue gun set. I love this glue gun. I don't work for Ryobi. They don't sponsor me or anything like that. But it is a 2-size glue gun set that works with their ONE+ battery system. So I can use the, that's like a habit. I can use the glue gun, the battery anywhere. But this is actually a mini glue gun that has a little drip spout catcher here. And it's cordless as well, even though the base is not. So I just don't have any small glue sticks right now. Because I didn't have a small glue gun for a long time. But this is a great, if you need a glue gun, I cannot recommend this one enough. Right, a new discourse. You have a bunch of books in your Amazon cart? Sassy Penny, what books? I'm sad we're not doing Disney land, that we're not doing Dumbo with you, especially if it ends up being your last race for a while or ever. But your next art collection figured out. Ooh, yay, I love that. So, salt potatoes are hella good. I've never had one. Oh, in other words, like, so to know how much you actually made, like, after material cost and stuff, Sandra? Or, like, show fees and things like that. That would be awesome. The only thing about the big one is, like other big glue guns, it's slow to heat up. But the quality that you get from the glue gun is really great. So this is a really pretty headband that I got years ago, and I love it. Okay, good, that worked. Let's shut it off. I only needed it for that. And it's been taking up space on here, so I figured we could just fix it today. Are any of these different? Okay, this just snaps on the top. I could actually glue it on, but I don't need to. There we go. So I looked at that one. Wait, is that the small circular one or the other bottom one? Malfunction. You got the one system for your oscillating multi-tool. Yeah, that was the other thing. I decided that we'd invest in this one, not just for obviously for the glue gun. This is the only thing we have right now, but where anything else we get is going to be using that Ryobi system. So, you know. I am a pretty, pretty tiefling princess. The brine makes the potato skins contract, so the potatoes just kind of burst apart in fluffy goodness. That is amazing. Kay wants to start running now and do the Disney races. Well, I'm not done with them, right? I just need to get my knee in rehab, and I'm not going to do all of them in a year. We would love to do them with you if you're interested. I get if you want it to be like a daddy-daughter thing, or even if other people in the family decide to start running too, I would love to run with them. So just something to think about. You wish Ryobi didn't have the protrusion on their batteries so that a trivial... Yeah, that would be nice. That would be. What? What? Oh. Oh. Are you thinking of the course that I had on Dragon? That was Dragon Con.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get into it again one day. 2018. Yeah. That was the year I lost the weight right before I got separated and couldn't tell anyone for 2 years. That was the before. The before time. Well, the before.
Openly say, God, you're hot.
Come here, bro. Up. You want to say hi to everybody? You can say hi. This is a dog stream now. Hi. Oh, that was a big kiff. That's a big kiff. All right, let's go sew some stuff. I don't need to be a pretty tiefling princess today, but I just, you know. Kimmy! Kim is in chat and just said, we'll never let you be done with them. Yes! Kim, I miss you. I can't wait to see you.
I think that's something we'll do.
Yeah, we'll absolutely do it. I also put in, I don't know, did I put it in the chat? We're doing a Disney cruise in December. And you all are welcome to join us, right? For even if it's just being on the same cruise and we say hi at the same dinner seating, right? Same thing goes to our friend Boinkoff over there. I mean, we've never done a cruise without Boinkoff, so it will be weird anyway if they don't come. But they, you know, no obligation. What? It will be super weird. But we're going on the Destiny, which is the new one. It'll be their first 5-night cruise, and it'll be our first 5-night cruise too. I love you too. Oh, I have Greenworks. Yeah, I have Greenworks for the big outdoor stuff too. And then Rigid for your good construction tools, Ryobi for everything else. Yeah. I think I have 2 Greenworks, and I'm gonna probably replace the stuff that's not Greenworks or Ryobi. It is, you know what, Blue? We can put that in Discord in the Disney Channel because I don't want to put it out in wide circulation. I almost just said it, but just trying to protect my peace a little bit. But yeah, I'll absolutely let you know. Yeah, I know. We were, Andrew and I were talking about that part too. And that's a good point, Malfunct. Yeah, but I don't mind telling you. Kimmy, it's so good to see you. Y'all, Kimmy is in the group of people I run with and is amazing. I can't wait to cheer you on for the full. I'm so excited. We, a bunch of us who are retired dopies and friends are going to do the best damn cheer squad. I need to collect, if you want to drink, if you and Katie want to drink in Epcot, you got to let us know what it is so we can have it waiting for you. Also, I think at least, as long as at least one of us has Find My Friends on for somebody, we'll be good there. Katie, if you're here, Kimmy, Katie, if you're here, I want to show you something really quickly before you go, and then we'll get to sewing. I'm like, completely distractibility. You're making friendship bracelets? Yay, I'm doing the same thing. Kim, do you know what else I'm doing? I'm printing out the beads on my 3D printer. I actually need to start a new thing of it. But like, that's from my 3D printer. Yay, friendship bracelets. Right? Yeah. So I'm gonna make some custom ones. You'll get one. I can't wait to trade with you. I need to order my Miss Congeniality dress. That just reminded me. Holy mackerel, cats. It's the only costume I'm doing. For the 10K, there's a bunch of us who are doing Miss Congeniality. The 1 in a Million dance, which is by far the best part of a really great movie. I don't know why. It's such a guilty pleasure, that movie. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, no. I forgot. Oh, that's what it was. I'll just add it to my basket. Move to cart. The, words. Oh, no. The head thing is unavailable. The crown, the Statue of Liberty. Oh, there's another one. Will it get to me, though, in time? Nope. Oh, no. I can print one if I have to. Like, I can make one. But sometimes it's just easier to, like, have someone else do that work. Right? Oh, that one's inflatable. That one's inflatable. And I'm traveling. The foam one. Oh, wait. The foam. You have the crown and the thing. That's, I don't. Here's what they had recommended. This was the one that in the dopey group that they recommended. Running costume stuff. You have a torch? Oh, if yours looks anything like that, I will borrow it. If it is clearly a Statue of Liberty looking thing, I would love to borrow it. Thank you. Yay! The best around. You would save the poor. I would save the poor woman who ran out of ease. Thank you. You're amazing. Oh, speaking of, as we trade things, Katie, I don't know that you were here in the beginning, and suddenly you're Katie. Hold on a second. After. Batteries were about $90. Hey, Sita, it's good to see you. So, and this goes to you, Boink Off, too. And then I promise I'm going to sew. You all know I'm a distractibility. I am making these. I am totally making these. And I'm glad you did. I'm totally making these for me, for my perfect season. So if you would like to be a fellow guinea pig, because I'd like to get a couple of pictures of people's medals displays before I list them on my shop, I would love to guinea pig this out. Hey, Saucy! Right, no more guilty pleasures, just pleasures. 100%. I like my Greenworks mower too, it's true. Right? And that way we can make our own, you can display them any way you want. Right? So you wrap the cord around and... Yeah. Okay, okay, so Todd will be one, I will be one, and if Kimmy wants some, she can be one. All right, let's go to the cutting table. To the cutting table. Would those work for belt buckles? Maybe. It's a good question. I don't know, because it would have to, like, why is this? Oh, it's not upside down. I just have the newer thing upside down. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. Happy to do so. All right, so you can see I was trying to put connect. I was trying to fix things. I have like a bunch of like phone mounts. I have a drawer of all spare / old stream equipment so that I don't have to buy things if I already have them, which has saved me a lot of money throughout the year, including today when I was able to find a what do you call it? I was able to find a USB cord to extend something for the desk today that I updated. Oh my goodness, hold on, my cousin got married. I thought this was another text I was supposed to ignore. Oh, elope. Oh yeah, if you could put it on a ribbon, then you could make it work. Absolutely. You know what I really need down here is, which is an inexpensive fix, is a couple of more hooks for my pegboard. Yeah, we could absolutely take a look into doing that. That'd be a nice, like, also, you can do this. So I'm going to get back to the Christmas bag in just a minute, but for now, we're doing, this is the Summit Pack. I have commissions that I work on, mostly off camera. But since this one is just sitting here on my board, I might as well finish cutting it. One other thing I'm going to make, ooh, I might make that prototype. So there's a couple things I'm going to make. Kim, you can't tell anyone because you're here and you're gonna, and Todd, you too, both of you, secrets. I am making like a little gift bag for everybody since I have new toys. I want to play with them. And one of the things I'm gonna make is, I am falling in love with acrylic, like building acrylic stuff. I love it so much so far. And I want to make Run Disney keychains, but like with your names on, like almost like the, like not almost the name, like the name keychains that have, they probably have a name. I don't know. The bottom is like a bigger version of the top, like an outline of the top, but I want to stick a Run Disney runner on the end of it, like as like an extra bubble part. So what happens on Twitch stays on Twitch. 100%. Your dad has 20. That's going to be so cool. Yeah, I'd love to give that a try. I think I have a belt buckle around here that I can use to test with to see if it's even functional. But if you haven't been here since the holidays, how has your Hanukkah been going, or how was your Christmas, or both? I know many people who celebrate both, or neither. How was your week? Also a valid It is fusible interfacing. Hey, Silent, what's going on? Yep, it is. I'm just cutting out things that I fused in, tandem. Also, one thing that I think it'll waste a little bit more interfacing, but I think it'll save a whole lot more time. Andrew wants to try, figuring out how we make an efficient cut pattern on like woven, and then put the, just iron a piece of interfacing to the back of that piece, and then just cut the fabric out with the interfacing on the back. I mean, it's definitely gonna save some time. I'm glad that you're well. That makes me happy. Very happy everyone else. The fabric store was so nice on Christmas Eve. Oh no. We had a surreal experience on Christmas Eve. We went shopping. So this has been, you all know, 2024 has been in a year that was supposed to be a break from all the banana cakes things that have been happening in my life. It turned out to be almost as hectic. And it had a lot of things that went off the rails. That said, sometimes the worst years, sometimes bad years have great moments, and this year had a lot of them. I actually put something up on my Instagram going through some of the cool things that happened this year for us and for me. And I'm blessed, right? And one thing I'm trying to work on is, and in fact is a 2025 goal. You believe we're almost halfway done with the frickin' decade? Is to persevere despite, you know, all the outside noise, right? Hold on, let me turn on the other computer's chat. Looking at the phone is not really doing it for me. Yeah, so we went to the mall on New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. And we expected it to be a madhouse. Because that's what the mall on Christmas Eve usually is. When I say that there was like 3 people in the Apple store, that's not hyperbole. It was like it was abandoned. That mall, I've seen that mall busier on a Saturday. And it's not one of those malls that's dying either, right? Because I know a lot of malls are just... Like, I've heard that, like, Dulles Town Center in D.C., in Virginia, is just completely a ghost town, which is a little sad, because, like, I remember watching them build that in 99. I took my kids to countless story times there. And now I hear it's just, you know, all but abandoned. So this mall is hopping 24, like all the time, except for Christmas Eve. The only store that had a measurable crowd in it was the Lego store. And even then, I was like second in line when I went to get Andrew something. Like, it was ridiculous how unbusy that store was. And then we went to Target to finish up stocking stuffers. We were able to get to, I mean, we also had a very small Christmas because we got the kids the cruise. So we were able to not get a lot of presents, which, okay, sometimes my kids often make me feel, you know, like a pretty decent mom, but sometimes they make me feel like I hit it out of the probably very small park, right? Like when the bar's super low. But we had a small Christmas, right? We opened presents from my mom, who got me that really cool skirt I posted about the other day. She got us pops that look like us, by the way. It's amazing. Mine has a lounge fly and a phone in my hands. She knows me. So, so we went to Target, also just no one was there. So we tried our luck, and we went to the supermarket. Ghost town. I've never seen anything like it. Ooh, what are you making for food? Oh, wait, chat on the computer's not working. I'm a little peckish. If you can make enough for two. Hi, bro. You got the big tail wags today. Are you gonna help me sew? You gonna help me sew? I did a little overlap on this one, so I want to make sure I don't cut the piece, and it's okay. Pull it up. All right, now chat's working on the computer. Also, if you're co-working, which I know at least a couple people are, or co-arting, don't feel like if I ask a question that you have to get up from what you're doing and answer. I understand, and I very much appreciate how many of you work with me. And the quiet chat around here isn't indicative of anything really. Been outside, Mama. Dogs on both sides are being too talkative. Oh no, he lost your ball through the fence. Oh no, Brody, I'm sorry. Ooh, setting up your planner for next year. I like it. I need to go back and set up the planner. Oh, that's one thing I did want to talk about today. We went through 2025 goals on Friday. It was nice to have a day stream. I miss my day streams. And I actually posted a link to them in our goals channel on the Discord. But there's some really fun ones on there for the stream that I'm hoping have some good quality of life changes. But one thing I didn't, like, there were a couple things I didn't articulate on Friday that I was thinking about, right? And the reason I didn't set them as goals is because they are less measurable, right? They're more like who I want to be. So I'm going to put them all under like the mission statement goal, but and not even who I want to be, but right, like I want to ensure that what we continue to build here serves not just me, but also the community that we've built around it, because they're symbiotic, right? There's not one without the other. Yeah, exactly. More intent and inspiration, exactly. Ooh, I like that, Dark Sun. I haven't cracked my tarot cards in a while. I found a new messenger bag pattern that we're going to be trying on stream after we finish the Christmas bag. I'm super stoked to try out. Ooh. My best for me tarot is called the Mythic Tarot, and in my various moves and stuff, and I don't know how, but I had lost a bunch of the cards, and I was really sad. I think it's because the way that I stored them. So this one comes with like a little like mat that's fabric that you lay out, and it has all the placement spots, which was really cool. And I used it to wrap up the cards, and I think they just some fell out, right? But I was able to, and it's a way old, like I had that one in high school. I think high school or maybe college, but definitely then. So it's, it's from the 90s at the absolute earliest. And I think it was when I was in a store, or it was either on Amazon or it was when I went and I bought at least one deck in Memphis. No, I think it was technically the last time I went because I didn't get to go to St. Jude. Yeah, it was. I didn't get to go to St. Jude this year, 2024, because I was super sick, right? And I look very much forward to going again this April. And not doing it after I have been out of my house for 3 weeks. Whew, that was rough. And there was this occult store across the street from the hotel, and it was so much fun to go into. It was huge. Downtown Memphis occult store. Words that don't normally, at least what I would have thought, go together. And I look forward to going back. But I don't remember if I bought a replacement deck there or if I found it on Amazon. But I was able to get a replacement deck for them. So that's my favorite. Ooh, Dark Goddess. Now I'm going to want to look at it. Hold on. I'm going to come back over here and look. Hey, Dis, what's going on? There are rotaries that can cut leather. Yep, there are. I love my rotary cutter. Gaming. That's what this scene is called. Ooh, that's nice. I like those. Oh, they're beautiful. Thick and oh, very nice. Mine is rotary cutter. Yay! Mine is the Mythic Tarot, and it looks like this, right? Oh, these are thrift books. $80. Oh, that's a book and a video. Workbook. They're beautiful. Originally published 1986, so it was high school. So I still have some of my high school ones. Oh, look, this is old. This book. I'm trying to find some of the pictures. They're so. I mean, again, this is my. Single card first edition placement cards. I wonder, because I have a bunch of these, the first edition ones. Nice. They're just beautiful, right? Like, I love them. I don't know. I think it's in my office. Yeah, even the number cards have really great art, which some of the sets I've seen, they don't. They kind of go into, my gosh, $2,000, brand new in box, first edition. That's ridiculous. And then Kinere got me the Raylo tarot cards. These are stunning. Yeah, I get you. Ooh, I'm excited, baby. So yeah, those are the Raylo stuff is just. I'm not a big shipper, um, but at the same time, this is like this scratches an itch. But a lot of those are gilded as well, or I don't know, whatever. They have gold. I can't speak it. Alexa Kitty, hello. Speaking is hard. How are you? Oh yeah, this is the wrong scene. This is my face. Hi, thank you so much. 49 months. How are you? Thank you again, Malfunct, for gifting that sub. Guilt edged. Thank you from before. Your bestie's 32nd. Happy birthday to her. What'd you do? Did you do anything fun? Oh, by the way, speaking of the pops that look like me and Andrew, they just got posted to my Instagram auto post. Like I started seeing a bunch of like responses to it, and it's like, wait, what? Buffer is my favorite. It's such a good tool. Because it allows me to still do the like on the fly posting as well, right? But have things like pre-done in the event that I don't have anything new to post today. Also, it helps from an ADHD perspective because the amount of times I have either no ideas of what to post or 70 million ideas of what to post. So if I do, on the days I feel like I have 70 million, I queue them up, right? And then I can also, like, I don't know, there's some, like, cool, like, days and by days I mean, like, you know, National Running Day or National this day. And sometimes I'd like to, like, if I don't want to, I don't know, sometimes posting something sounds fun for that, but the chances I'm going to remember on that day are pretty low. Also, before the pandemic, I used to do like a challenge, like a Run Disney, like race lead up challenge, where every day you posted a different like running picture that had a theme. I miss doing those so much. But I haven't really done one. I think I tried to do one after the pandemic and it just didn't, I had a hard time keeping up with it myself. I also felt really bummed because the first one I ever did was, or the second one I ever did was Star Wars, and that race got canceled. So what kind of thing did you eat? Was it like, did you go somewhere where you had to pick things up with sticks? Did they do big fire displays in front of you? These just weren't hermetically sealed onto the back. I also found, when we were talking about Ravelry the other day, a link to the very first bag I ever made. It's my knitting bag. A long time ago. I think I still have it somewhere. She wanted to go to a fancy steak place. They're closing down in 2 days? Wait. 2 days forever? Like, did you get to, like, forever, ever? Did you get to go to, like this restaurant's, like, dying breath? Oh my goodness. I hope they're closing because they want to. Was the steak good? Happy New Year to them, I guess. They were out of the wine you wanted. You got a pricier one for the same. Oh, nice. So somebody did win the $1 billion Mega Millions here in the States, but if I, gosh, we've talked about this many times before on stream. If I won the lottery, and I had true FU money, right? And that's after, you know, I set up my kids in a way where they didn't have to worry, and my mom and my sister and my nephew and Andrew's mom and dad and his brother. After that, all that, right? And then I set up annual payments to charities, you know, made sure that we were in a good place. Did I say us last or did I say us first? But, you know, make sure we're in a good place and, you know, after I get to a point where we're in a, like, I've set up a reoccurring investment that takes care of us forever, I think the rest of my life would be going places and just tipping wildly. But not even just tipping, like making sure that other people that I had the pleasure of meeting in my life were in a good place. I disagree. No, I disagree from the point of view that my great aunt, her family, her husband's family, they won the lottery. And from what I've seen, is that the issue with that, a lot of people that win the lottery don't take steps to protect themselves, and that they don't set firm boundaries with people. Right? They don't. The first thing you should, if you win the lottery, the first thing you should do is hire, I think it's 3 or 4 people: security, a lawyer, an accountant. So it's at least those 3 people. And you have to, and you don't tell anyone. Right? If you're in a state where they make you tell, see if you can get an LLC, like make a company, make some sort of shell that allows you to take the money as that, so that it's harder to find out who you are. A lot of the people who have had problems in the past, completely, like, they went on the news, they got the big check, they went right there. They didn't. You could hold on to that ticket for up to a year with it still being valid, and you absolutely should. You need to set yourself up for success. I feel like the biggest issue people have is not setting themselves up for success, but rather being immediately generous, which is similar to what you said. So maybe not entirely like disagree, but I think that you have to go down it in a way that assumes that the people who don't directly already eat at your table are not going to act in your best interest. Right? I have a family that's large, connected, and a lot of people who don't have money. I agree. I saw it on my uncle's side, on my great uncle's side, and it was hard. But as soon as he started setting boundaries for people, it got a lot better. And that's the thing. That's where security comes into play, right? And setting boundaries, right? Like, if someone knows, like, if it got out, if it didn't get out, that's one thing. If it got out and someone asked me for money, the answer would probably be official, right? And it would be, hey, this is this is something that is not going to occur. I wish you well. You're welcome to contact me about other things, but if you contact me about X, I will have to cut you out. Like, I will have to, like, cease communication with you. And it sucks. But it puts you in a place where you're in danger if you don't take care of yourself in that manner, right? So, yeah, set up trusts. Yeah, set up trusts that have protection, absolutely. So that it's not the money necessarily that they can get access to, but it's the interest of the money, right? That face when you need to get up with the kitties curled. Oh, exactly. You have to set people in this capitalistic hellscape. And I mean that seriously, right? In this capitalistic hellscape, gosh dang it. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on a second. I have been messing with cameras, and I know that they work. I just have to add different ones back. Hold, please. There are some times when these cameras don't work. And I have to, some of the cameras have two different device setups on them because something will work and then something else won't work. Hold on, let me see if that worked over here. Oh no, neither of those cameras are working here either. But I had them working earlier when I tried to add something, so. Okay, you're really not gonna work? Because you were working. Oh, see? Done. There's one. Alright, so fishing's also up, by the way. Hey, Springleaf, how are you? Love and Hype in the channel. Is that 73 months? How are you? Happy Sunday. Look, I didn't do anything and it started working. But yeah, the capitalistic hellscape is really the biggest issue there. Smaller amount, under a million. You know, I that would be my dream. Like that's I'm sorry, that's my realistic dream. I don't love gambling either, Malfunct. But in a capitalistic hellscape, our options are limited, right? New print bend with your X1C. This post have a crazy strong. Ooh! I look forward to hearing your results on that. This is the binding foot that I have to attach. I'm not done it yet. All right. We're gonna. Hold on. What? Oh, there we go. the thread is stuck. How are you this fine Sunday, Springleaf? I hope you're well. New Mexico is consistently in the bottom 10 for poor states. Yeah, that's agreed. Well, and one of the things I like about Colorado is that their marijuana tax directly funds things for communities. And for the rec center, one of the rec centers, there's a bunch of rec centers near my house, but near my house, it has a great big sign on it that says that it was brought to you by marijuana tax dollars. Okay, so here is oh, keep forgetting. The one thing that I need for my studio that I think needs a hard word. One thing that I would like for my studio is I stopped using, in an effort to drop monthly fees, I stopped using the Steam Deck software on my phone because it's a monthly fee. And I'm going to try to find someone who's like not using their Steam Deck anymore or something so that I can buy it from them, like a small one. I don't want the big one. I want like the 3-button one or the 6-button one, like the really small one, so that I can just move things around. Oh, I'm also pro education funding. Yeah, 100%. Printing another tail part with very little area touching the bed, so it'll be, ooh, okay. They are not. There are big Steam Decks, there's little Steam Decks, there's medium Steam Decks, there's a bunch of different ones. There's Steam Decks that have sound mixers on them. They've really gone off the rails. Stream Deck, yes. Did I say Steam Deck? Hi, Kineray. How are you? Alright, so let's cut this a little straighter. Right, there's the Stream Deck and then the Steam Deck. I often confuse the two in verbiage, even if in reality not so much. Line the center marking on the rectangular ring connector with the top center marking on the back. So this will be the front. Yeah. Okay. Right. Alive and regretting life after watching Alien Romulus. Oh no! Was it not good, or was it just like the kind of movie where it's Queasy Town, USA, like watching it? We're gonna baste that. No worries, Malfunct. Have a great rest of your Sunday. We love you too. Yeah, I hope you have a good day. All right. You watched it on a recommendation. They weren't wrong when they said it was great. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad that it was good. Or great. That's what you said. I've had those movies before where I feel like super queasy when I'm done watching them. It is not my favorite. A friend of mine actually recently got a, oh shoot, how did that come out? I'll do this, I have to rethread it a little bit. Recently got something called a relief band. No, or not, I will do it now, because this already came out, okay. And they had their youngest use it on a trip and said good things about it, so we'll have to. I love you, y'all. I could hear my husband from upstairs. Oh no, it doesn't go in there. Oh, did I cut it? No, that's for winding the bobbin. Oh man, I cut it for no good reason. Oh well. I cut it because I confused myself. That's right. One thing I do need is also a little trash bag over here. Am I quieter? You have everything oh, I might, is it better now? Hi. Hi, sweet. Is it? How's it now? Is that better? I think I'm also a little quiet, like, in speaking today, but I can turn it up if it's being weird. How are you, sweet? A bit, yes. Okay, well. Whew. How about anyone else? We all hearing me? Am I loud? Am I quiet? It was quiet. Just be okay. So I can. Better now. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sometimes with this, the sweatshirt that I'm wearing, where I put the mic, it sometimes will flip away from me, and when it does that, it just doesn't pick up my voice as well. But thanks for mentioning it. But I am a little soft-spoken today, which is not, not always typical of me. Okay, so I have this tool on the back of my my machine, and we're gonna eschew it for a little bit. It is a thread cutter and a thread holder, because you have to hold the thread the first couple of stitches because of the way this thing works. But it just, sometimes I feel like it works, and then other times I feel like it's useless. So we're gonna see it. Yeah, the relief band, it's not, so it's not an inexpensive tool, right? But there's a lot of people who, when it comes to feeling queasy or motion sick, where it's such a huge deal, right? That it is worth the words I'm saying, worth the extra fee. Yeah, you're who I was talking about. Oh, you did? Okay, good. It worked for Crafty as well? Nice, yay! so another thing I am working on right now from a laser cutter perspective is something for Dawn and for a couple people in the community. I'm going to make a similar sign to the one that I made myself. I need a new pen. I have a crap load of refills for these. They're just across the room. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you just get me the URLs, that's all you need. The URL and like what you want it to say, which I think you already might have. And I will make, yeah, because so the software I use actually makes its own QR codes. As long as you don't have like a custom specialty kind that you're looking to do. Okay, this is what you're gonna do. I'll probably have a bunch of questions to ask you too, which will help me really define the questions I need to put on the site, right? Like, what do you want? Do you want script or plain? Do you want, which font do you want? You know, blah, blah, blah. That kind of stuff. Right. Yeah, that's never, I mean, the thing, right? Like when you don't want to be motion sick, you're never usually like, you know what would be great right now though, is if I was sleepy. That's usually not in the cards. Actually, Boinkoff, if you would not mind, unless your kiddo needs it, do you think that Andrew could borrow it, if only for a minute, so that we can all try Guardians of the Galaxy together? Yeah, no worries, Dawn. It might not be today. But I'm gonna... Okay, so what we're doing, this is gonna be the back strap. Is we're folding this in half, and that tape I put on is actually double-sided, so it will hold it on while we get ready to do the stitching. And since you can't iron vinyl, but you want to make sure that the tape has good adhesion, use a roller. Oh, no, Dawn. I am the slowest Discord responder on the face of the planet. I'm trying to get better, but no, you're good. Thank you. You did? No, you didn't tell me. Oh, that's great. Did you enjoy the process of putting it together? Tell us all about it. Do you have a link to it? Link protection is off. I know that's scary, but so if you want to post a link, you're already a sub, so you wouldn't have had to ask anyway back in the, but we have turned it off. No, you don't have to be sorry at all. You can absolutely post something here. Oh, sorry, high wind warning. All right. Top stitch. Okay, let's top stitch this. Actually, let's first show that the bag that Dawn made. Oh, it's so cute. I'm sad I missed it. Like, oh, I love it. Oh, you did a great job. Made for mermaids. I love it. I'm going to say it here. I love it. And a new bag maker was born this day. All right, what is the seam allowance on this? 3/8. Oh, okay, so it wants me to do it inside 3/8 of an inch. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's nice. I held you. You just came out. All right. Okay. Let's try this one more time. All right. Yeah, so there's a marking on the plate here that I'm following. If you're like, what? Huh? So. All right. Number 1. I have chat. One of your best friends makes quilted bags. You're talking to her throughout the process. Oh, that's great. It's good to have someone who you can bounce questions and ideas off of. Which, you know, I mean, I know you know where I am, but that's awesome. Have I mentioned how much I love my textile lately? Look at those beautiful lines. It's so satisfying. Yeah, they're so rarely long enough. It's true. Okay, on the right side of the back panel exterior, use the corner of your quilting ruler. Where's the pen? Corner of your quilting ruler to measure up and over 2.5 from the center. Make a notch. Okay. So here's my center. Okay, I'm gonna have to like mark it with the blue a little bit because like I can't see it. And that makes something like this pretty difficult right now. Okay. So 2.5. Oh, I'm gonna have to use a different pin. Or no, I can see it. Yeah, that is it. Okay, making sure that that was what I could see. Up 2.5. And over 2.5. It's hard to second guess yourself. 2.5 up. 2.5 over. And then trace down 1 inch from the corner of your quilting. Okay. No, I agree though. It's never long enough. Never long enough. Right, 2.5 right here. Why is it 5? Okay. Two and a half. By 2.5. No, it's in the right place right there. So yeah, 1, 2.5. Oh my gosh. No, 2.5 and 2.5 is 5. 2 and 2. Remember what I say? If it feels wrong, it is wrong. So we are going to 2 and 2, 2.25 is what it was, not 2.5. Okay. That's better. Okay. Okay. Using a blade or scissors, carefully cut along those 1-inch drawn lines. And now, if you remember, when I started putting this bag together, there is not only stabilizer, but like the Devakill, whatever, Decaville, this was Decaville, light stuff in here as well. So this is like a pretty significant cut. It's not just slicing through the vinyl. So I gotta do it quite firmly to get all the way through. The fishing is on, by the way, if anyone is watching the screen and they feel like fishing as well. That's active, I think. Wait, hold on. I might be a liar. Now I have to check it. I'm gonna catch something big. I'm waiting for someone to catch one of the secret stuff things. Oh, it is up. Hey, Katie. What's going on? How are you liking Path of Exile 2? Deshabil would be a great name for this. Yes, it would. Katie, hi, my friend. Happy Sunday, everyone. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that picture of Zeke. How is everyone coming over from Katie's channel? How are you, Katie, as well? How is your stream? Hi, everyone. My name's Imperial. I am a Twitch ambassador, and I like to sew. We're sewing right now. That's what you saw when you came in. It's nice to meet you all. I'm glad you're here. How was Path of Exile? How was your Sunday? I see some very familiar, amazing names. Viata, hello. Vissy, hello. Usa, hello. How's everybody doing? How's your stream? If you have to raid and run, don't worry about it. I can decipher how your stream was. It was amazing. I saw that your hair's like platinum. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I miss my purple version. I had the same ones in purple, but I miss them. But Katie and I have known each other for a super bananas long time. So I can vouch for the amazingness of this woman. Please go give her a follow. Appreciate it. Blue eventually. Okay, that's what I was thinking, that you were actually, it was a step in the process. Wasn't sure, didn't want to assume. I need to re-blue my hair too. Like I have the stripe in the front, but I need to I need to get the color remover and like take some of this brown out, because I tried to bleach it over my permanent hair color and oh, that did not work. That did not work, and yeah, I just need to get it done. So. Are you team do your hair yourself? It is hard not to blue yourself once you go blue. Once you go blue, you'll always stay blue. 100%, absolutely. I love my hairstylist, and I will probably go to her every couple of times, but she gave me the formula for my roots, and which was super kind because she didn't have to do that. So I went out and bought it. So now I do need her to, so I need her to cut my hair because I have curtain bangs or whatever they're calling them these days. These were bangs once. But when I chopped my hair in a fit of pique last year, I've just let it grow out straight. So now it's like a straight bob. It's a straight, lifeless bob with a side cut, a grown out side cut. Would you F me? I'd fuck me. Okay, so happy Sunday. Yeah. You have to come over for game night sometime. I'm gonna like kidnap you. It is very witch chic. I mean, we were talking about tarot cards earlier, like the favorite sets that we had, and how long we've had them, and mine, I figured out the ones that I love the most of mine that I had to get a second edition of because I lost some of my first ones. I'm crying now because I found a set on unopened ones on eBay for like 12, I don't know, a lot of money. Right? Bog witches unite. If I have a choice to be a bog witch or anything else, I'm gonna pick bog witch 10 out of 10 times. Every time, yeah. Hey, Spookerific! But yeah, we have to figure it out. You're always welcome. I don't know, maybe, babe, are you listening? Maybe we can do like a New Year's Day game, like board game Like have like a couple people over to play board games. Because I really am just itching to play Flamecraft. I haven't played that in a long time. And I want to play Gnome Hollow and Wingspan. We have all these games that we haven't cracked yet, but we need to play. If you're seeking a bog witch's assistance, you have to want to see them because bogs are squishy. They're very squishy. I mean, if I could live in an extremely inhabitable yet hard to approach place, you bet your sweet bippy I'd live there. Wait, it's hard for people to come ring my doorbell? Sign me up. That's my new abode. It is the eternal struggle, right? Like I want to be around people, but I also don't. Cuz people are kind of awful, but they're also kind of wonderful. But awful. But it's the conundrum of life. Unfortunately, but hello, welcome. Yeah. Right, I want to micro doses of people. Right, can I take a 2 milligram dose of people? I miss my lemonades. They used to make these lemonades that were like Altoids, so you got 50 of them because they were 2 milligram microdoses. Oh, perfection. Now I take, they're the Joy Bombs. I don't know if you try those. They're also, those are 2.5 milligrams. They're like perfect because you don't even notice it, but suddenly you're like, oh wait. However, we are currently in a bit of a pickle, and it's not really that big of a pickle. We just have to drive a little further because our weed shop is closed. So for those that don't know, I live in Colorado, where marijuana is not only legal, but is financing enormous rec centers. Thanks, marijuana. Like I was saying this earlier, we have one that has a great big sign outside it that was like, funded by marijuana. Like, thanks, weed. But ours is closed. And it has a great big, in schools and roads, exactly. Like, thank you. Hello. And you know what's not happened? The end of the world in Colorado. But we don't know what exactly they did. But there's a great, like, we knew they were closed. We're like, oh, that's weird. And then we drove by them yesterday. And there was a big ass sign on the door that was like official from the state of Colorado that's like, this location has been closed due to marijuana violations. And I'm like, excuse me? What violations? I feel like I have a right to know. Did they just not properly card someone? Not great, but also, or did they sell some sort of like altered weed? I would like to know. So I have to figure that out. Yeah, oh, Joy Bombs are, yeah, they're amazing. Yeah. And they taste good. You have to drive over the border. Hopefully soon, Spookerific. Fingers crossed for you. Right, did you smoke meth in the back room? Inquiring minds would like to know. Will my weed have meth on it? And I went Googling, like, why is this place closed? And it was crickets, right? Like, why is Jars closed? Closed. Special hours today closed. And their Denver store is also closed. Oh, look, the same brand has a Michigan store. Spookerific. Yeah, Mile High, temporarily closed. Southlands, temporarily closed. It is super sketchy and weird, and I'd like to know why. And unsurprising to anyone, there's like a local frou-frou group of like people in the community where I live, which is way too frou-frou. And like it talks about like, why is this place closing? What's moving into that place? Crickets about Jars. I know they all go there. I've seen them. Soccer moms, grandmas, they all go. Weed is universal. It's a black moon tomorrow? That sounds awesome. You grew a few years ago and ended up with like 50 pounds. You're good for the next few years. That's awesome. It's sweet. That's amazing. Yeah, I have a friend who's been growing, not here in Colorado, but in another legal state, and the amount, his yield is ridiculous. And like, put that shit into butter, I'll make my own. Might have been an actual government official that bought a new strain they were ready for, that made them sign on a twisted limit. Maybe Warren. I should write a letter. 2 full moons in the same calendar month. I'm excited. Take your dogs out. Yeah, I will, absolutely. Have fun walking to Puppers. Say hi. I love you too. So, really quickly, if we say pss, 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 pss to cats, what do we say to dogs? Right? Like, tell your dog I said hi. By the way, tell your dog I said hi. But, hey, Brody, where are you? Come here. Come here, bro. Oh, you're on the bed over there. Come here. Come here. Come here. I don't want Mr. Dino. Hi. Come here. Oh, thank you. I'll take Mr. Dino. Come here. Give. Give. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, pick him up. Pick him up. Give. No stretching. God, I just saw my side profile. That's an eye opener. Woo! That's an eye opener. This would be like, hey Brody. Hey Brody. Come here. Up. Just pant with a lisp. I get it. Hey Miro, what's going on? I'm not streaming in any category. That's weird. I should be. I'm not. How's that happen? I thought I picked art. Thank you for letting me know. I fixed that. That's weird. I didn't know that's something you could do. Categoryless streaming. Hey Marcus, am I looking forward in 20? I'm looking forward to a lot in 2025. Marcus, we actually did our goals the other day. I am looking forward to creating more. Oh, happy lurk team Miro. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for letting me know. Come here is what we say to dogs. Greetings from the workshop, not streaming. Womp womp. But greetings from the workshop here, but greetings to you, from my workshop to yours. Brody, up. Come here. Oh, what's that? What's that? I know you know it's not a treat, but come up. Up. You're a brat. You need to listen to me. I am the grown-up. I said come up. That means you come up. Come on. Up. Brody. Why does he do this? Up. Brody. Come on, good boy. Up. Brody, up. Do I have to use the serious voice? Brody, up. It's my leg. Hi. Come here, good boy. Okay, we'll try the goofy voice. Come here. Up. Oh, good boy. Up. Oh, okay. Hi. How did that work? That's the one that worked? That's the one that worked? You are a beautiful boy. You focus? Yeah, you're a beautiful boy. Hi. See that big tail wag? Right, talk to me nice. Can you want to show Warren your trick? Thanks for the kiss. Oh, your breath smells bad. Can you talk shit? Talk shit. Brody, talk shit. Talk shit. I don't want to bark, Mom. Talk shit. Talk shit. No, it sounds like I say dog shit if I say it too much. Brody! Fine, don't. Oh, you're sleepy. Are you a sleepy boy? Is that what it is? Hey, why are you turning away from me? He's being bratty. Are you being a big brat? Fine, go lay down. You don't want to? But what are you doing right here? You're just being kind of a bratty McBratterson. Indiana Brat. Bradiana Jones. Who's that? Is that Papa? Is that Papa coming down? Is Papa bringing Mama lunch? It looks like a Twitch commercial, but you can see the background pretty well when I do that. Oh no. Yes. Yeah. What are the other options? Okay. Okay, mac and cheese. Okay. Yes, please. His trick hours are from 9 to 3. You're right. It's 3:15. He's off. He's off. Is it just regular stuff? No, I'm asking a question. I could hear a little bit. Yeah, but is it just regular stuff?
I think so. It's just also conjure with it. So it's fun.
We should talk to. You should call her tomorrow. It's just been a lot lately. I mean, it's all stress related, I think, because it's what happens every December. You know. So. Okay. Well,
At the same time, I'd rather figure out why that is.
Oh, we know. Well, part of it we know why, because you know how to make it go away. We're working on that. Thank you. Yeah, no, please do. You okay? I know. He doesn't feel good. Actually, really quickly before I start doing that again, I'm going to go to the bathroom because it's been 2.5 hours. And you know what I don't do enough on stream is take a break and go to the bathroom. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do that. And we're going to BRB. So when we BRB, I'm going to play an ad to get some pre-rolls off. And I am also going to remind you, if you are a sub, if you're not a sub, you'll see the ad. If you are a sub and you don't see the ad, you can fish while I'm gone. So I will be right back. Break. And yeah, I'll see you on the flip side. Did you say there's a trade? Hey, fam. Okay, hold on. I'm catching up. Let's chat. Anyone else catches a bike, we can probably Franken-bike it. Can you buy a fish? Gluttony, it's good to see you. How are you? Red knob starfish. Oh, a soda can. Salmon. There's a special fish. There's a couple special fishes. Oh, so you can do it. There was a notice on the top that said you can do it again in 3 seconds. Someone caught me? Wait, what? Dark Sun caught one? Oh, I didn't scroll up. I didn't scroll up enough. Y'all fished a lot. Okay. Oops, you caught me? A seen amount of gold. Oh, 900 gold. Holy crap. Gluttony, you said a stick and a thong and you're not good at this? Maybe you're great at this. I don't remember making me, but I guess I did. I'm just eating lunch real quick. A jellyfish plushie? That sounds adorable. A new record. Oh. I'm not usually someone who like brings news of the day, so trigger warning, FYI. But Jimmy Carter passed away. I mean, we're all kind of waiting for that to happen. He was 100 years old, and he lived 36,614 days. Yeah. He was the first president I remember. Once his wife died, I'm surprised it wasn't sooner, but the fact that he lived to vote for 2 women for president, despite the debacle that, you know. I'm glad that history will remember him so kindly, because he was that election in 1980 was pretty brutal. It's the first election I ever remember. He was a great man, and he was a great president, and he was beat by one of the great villains of our time in an unfair battle. I am not. Oh, my microphone's way over there. Sorry. I am not in any way, celebrating anyone's passing, right? But honestly, if I was 100 years old and I had reached what was close to or could be considered the natural end of my life, and I had the choice to be eulogized as the sitting president does by one or the other, I probably would have picked this year too. I don't know how long you leave the flag at half-mast for the death of a U.S. president. But he lived a long time. All of his peers were gone. 2 presidents after him were gone, right? Reagan and H.W. The oldest living president now is Bill Clinton. 30 days. Oh, wow. Okay, so the flags should be, well, the military does it. The flag should be at half-mast for inauguration, you're right. Wait, was Bill Clinton in the hospital? When? What? With what? Oh, jeez. No, he was very thin in the summer. He's 78. And I don't say this to be morbid, but I feel like people I feel like the 80s, I feel like more people survive the 80s than they do the 70s or the 90s, right? I almost feel like if you make it past 79 that you get to 90, more often than not, right? It says he had the flu. He was admitted for a fever, not a seizure. Excuse me. Hey Nisha. It says that the news or the internet says he was released, but I didn't know he was in, so take that with a grain of salt. But well, that is. I thought he was going to go right after Rosalind as well. I really did. I think it is noble that he himself said that he wanted to live to elect a woman president. I know that he did his part. So, that's all. Yeah. You okay? So, well. Oh, thank you. We live to see a great man. He never stopped working. I mean, even with this election, he was trying to garner votes for Kamala Harris. Like he lived a life that was admirable, and that doesn't always happen. Oh, I think that Biden is older than Clinton. Yeah, absolutely. Clinton is 70, what was it? Clinton's 78, and Biden, I think, is 81. Biden is 82, just turned 82. So, yeah. And then, our president-elect, which I even hate looking up, is also 78 years old. And is now praising immigrants, and wants to bring more non-Americans into the country under H-1B visas, which, I mean, I don't have a problem with H-1B visas. The issue I have is vilifying immigrants for an entire election. And then, like, what happened to the Venezuelan apartments in Colorado? Like, why is he not directing law enforcement to do something about that? Because I live in Colorado and it's not a friggin' thing. There is no Venezuelan problem in Colorado. I live in the town. I live in Aurora. Some people will believe anything. The absolute hypocrisy, yeah. Your man's Clinton was at a random Whoville Walgreens, then to Wendy's to promote chocolate leadership. Yeah, you know, in a world where we need to, at this time, work for better, but choose between the lesser of two evils. Right. I think that he did. I think that most of these folks do the best job that they're able to do. Hell, I would say all of these folks do the best job that they're able to do. Some of them just aren't able to do a very good job. Right? I think we're all a little afraid. Spookerific. But one thing I will tell you is, and it came in the form of a message from the Jinx and Dela holiday special, which was fantastic. Always see drag queens at Christmas. I think it's a new tradition for us. Excuse me. But it was very poignant, this musical special they did. And one of the things they talked about was there was an allegory to the current times going on throughout the show, and at the end, closer to the end, one character asks the other, or one person asks the other, like, why do I even care anymore when so many don't? And the answer was, well, the question shouldn't be why do you care, but the question should be why don't they care, right? Because caring is the thing, and we go forward the only way we know how, together, right? By keeping your community close, keeping your community safe, right? And building or rebuilding ties with those who are committed to the best path forward, right? People who will keep us safe in dark times, right? Right, it's not about me, it's about us, right? And I have always tried to, the biggest problem I've always had with this platform is that it's named after me and I'm the one on screen, when it is much more than just me. And I try to enunciate that and shine a light on that dark corner whenever I can. But that's the simple fact is that my name is on this, and I do believe I have a responsibility. Do I speak out about things very often? I don't. Some might have, some might wish I did more in things like the Palestinian conflict. I wish I did too. The amount of emotional energy I can pour into those cups is minimal. And I pour when I can. And there's so much injustice going on, right? I think it's somewhat hypocritical that people who only fight for Palestine but don't fight for other causes and never noticed that there was a cause worth fighting for until this happened, right? I think that it is okay to find a cause and commit to it, but when you don't look to see where other similar things are happening in this world and you don't care as much, it feels performative, and I don't engage in that. And a few retweets on an account does not support make. Support can be done in private, and sometimes that's more comfortable for people, and they can do more by doing that. And what's that statement that's going around TikTok? I listen and I don't judge. Right? I always find it funny too when I start talking about politics and I watch the numbers change in the stream. Bye. No problem. I used to be very much in the boat of, well, we don't talk about politics here. Well, when your life is politicized, when your child's life is politicized, it becomes a topic. And I don't want to ever shy away from the, because if you look to the root of why people don't want to talk politics, it's for very few reasons. Does it make you uncomfortable? Well, uncomfortable things sometimes that's people's lives, right? You don't have to talk about uncomfortable things, but it says something that my life can't be discussed in your channel or your presence, right? A. B, you don't want people to know you disagree with them. I have no problem with healthy disagreement, right? No problem at all. And third is that they don't, they're not confident enough, or they're not educated enough in what their belief system is, and they just don't want to get into it. Right? And that's nuanced. There's some other reasons there too. But like when I used to say I didn't want to get into politics is because I didn't want to disagree loudly on stream with other people. Right? Sometimes the name of this game is the big toxic positivity, happy community marching forward and growing, where you never talk about anything but like light, fluffy topics. And that's great, but that's not me, and that's not here. But we will always do what we can to keep people safe. Compassion fatigue too. It's true. I try to be compassionate. I try. I am imperfect just like everybody else, but I do. Right, I didn't have, I always had, I admit, I also always had an interest in politics growing up. I wasn't very well versed on it, but I did know a lot of history about it. So, there's a difference in understanding the intricate workings of it versus having an interest in who the players are in the game. And that, I feel like that's where my fascination and interest more lies, right? When I was, in 1980, I was 7. I remember we had a mock election in my elementary school, and I remember being mad that Ronald Reagan won. In my elementary school. Being upset. I think I was 6, actually, because it's the early part of the year. But no, I would have been, I had just turned 7. Yeah. So, because it would have been closer to November. And, I was mad even then. I didn't like Ronald Reagan when I was 7 years old. And it was because of the things that he said and the way that he said them. I didn't understand policies or politics at 7, but I understood who people were. And I understood the way that they talked to people and the respect that they showed them or didn't. And I did not like him. Right. I am not non-political by nature. Right? When I walk, you know when it's the worst for me? When I have my hair up in a bun. My lack of really curly hair is a privilege. And when I wear it up in a ponytail, especially like a bun, and people can't tell what it looks like underneath there, I am treated differently. I had it like that yesterday. And when we went to Home Depot, I noticed. And it was all exactly who you think it was, that were giving me looks or were sizing me up or this and that. So, ooh, a scooter. Can you fix it up and use it? But yeah. Keep the people you love close. Keep them safe. And create boundaries that allow you to keep people where they should be in your life. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves access to the same. Not everyone deserves the same access to you. Right? Absolutely, Siddha. I don't either. I don't understand. But I guess on one hand, I also don't want to. Right? I don't understand how people can't be empathetic. Sounds awful. Excuse me. Mine's a mac and cheese burp. Ooh. It did not taste good. My teleprompter's off. Oh no! How do you bend an iPhone? And how do I appreciate it. I thank you. I appreciate that you're in that place. I want people to feel safe. I want people to feel safe, but understand that safety doesn't always mean that we don't talk about things, right? This is the top 20 board, by the way. We've got Dark Sun in 1, Nerval in 2, Usa in 3. Look at that. Oh, you caught me. That's what it looked like. A croissant shark? That looks delicious. An old PC? There's more specific sharks too. I mean, look at the jellyfish plushie. Sorry. Okay. He fell in and the phone in his pocket and bent it. Wow, that's incredible. Hey, Elo. I'm sorry that you do. Yeah, I've seen it. But I just...
Sid_Lee just redeemed
I don't understand it. Street edge. Oh god, that's gonna feel good. Alright, let's see. Get the leg. Then we'll get back to sewing. That's an attractive side view. Oh no, well I'm glad the phone got the worst of it versus like your kid. What's that? I just took this out of the wash. Oh, it must be like wax or something. Hi. Any better? Oh, thank you. Also, I get my Death Star shirt. Underneath it, hold on. Let me make sure that I don't flash the TOS myself off of stream. Oh no! Spookerific, that's both impressive and I'm sorry. I have, this is my all the different faces of Princess Leia for the original trilogy. That's all. Boobs. I mean, Princess Leia. I didn't realize that I was really just showing you my boobs. I did not. All right. So where were we? We were here. We were making holes. We got the straps. All right. On the wrong side, measure 1 inch in from the cuts I just made. And we're gonna knack things. Oh, I have to. So I didn't put a new message on. It said Merry Christmas. And then it had said exclamation point Logi for we had a Logitech giveaway. But now we have to make it say something else. And since I am the queen of getting distracted, let's do it. I know what I wanted to say. Very timely and easy. You have fueled the It's all right. Reuse all that we can. Okay. Other letters. You posted in Disco the current events. Ooh, nice tea. Okay, I like tea. The phone your kid had was his dad's own hand-me-down phone. Well, hopefully replacing it is an option. Unfortunately, you also have the wisdom to realize you can't help everybody that doesn't want it. Oh, absolutely. There's so many people who just don't want help. They think that everything's good. I think the worst part is when those people are claim to be they're not racist. Well, they're also not anti-racist. There's a big difference there, right? Between someone who's not, well, I'm not a racist. Okay, but are you anti-racist? Do you do the work behind closed doors where you'll never get the accolades? Do you stop people who make racist jokes behind closed doors? Do you examine your own biases when you feel something towards a racial group, even though you don't really think that? Do you examine that? Like, there's just a lot that I fear, and those are the type of people who I will keep at arm's length, right? It's okay if you're an imperfect person, but you need to be moving towards a better place, right? Jeez Louise. Right. Do you want? Well, and that's the thing. Like, and why can't you risk your own safety or comfort, right? Like, I know that I can't risk my safety because it will put in certain ways, because my safety is already at risk every day, right? Based on the color of my skin. But I am the primary I make money in a way that gives us health insurance, and that makes a difference, right? Like I have 2 children. Like I am in a blessed place where I can make that choice, but I also understand that others cannot, right? It's also a different story for me to go to a protest, right? I will be treated differently. I will be judged more harshly and my safety will be more at risk. But there are many people who are not like that, who are in a different position, but still won't risk themselves in the place of people who, who already have done so much work. But they'll be happy to take the moniker of like, oh, I'm not racist, but you're not doing anything to stop racism. I have to be very careful about that, but yeah, I think you're right. I think that I need to get out there more. My kids are older, right? I actually had a really good conversation with my boss at work about what the policy for the company was if you were under arrest, if you were arrested. So I feel like I'm in a better place. But there are so few people who will put their own comfort aside. Well, they're my grandmother and I didn't want to call them on it. No, that's exactly who you call on it. Well, they're set in their ways. Then you're not an anti-racist. You're someone who sees the benefit of being nice to Black people. Right? Add any other marginalized group here. Right? There we go. Is it better? Yeah, I was really proud of you on Christmas. That's hard. But you immediately put the kibosh on that. But the amount of people who want to do performative work versus real work is astoundingly high. And then get mad when they're like, well, you should be thankful that I do any work at all. Okay, so that's what you want. You want to be a hero, not an ally. Okay, got it. I think the biggest eye-opener for me was after 2016. I think a lot of us got eyes open then, because I was someone who thought that the safety pins were a good idea. Hey, good time zone to you as well, JD. Real work is hard, but it is also never ending. Is the only way. It's true. But I thought that those safety pins, and I guess this year the blue neck bracelets, I thought all that was a good idea. Right? Not really understanding why it's not. Why, like if the example I always heard was, well, if someone is in trouble on a train and they need you, they can see that and know that you're someone who's safe. Why don't you just be someone who's safe? Why don't you just be someone who's safe? I guarantee you, And this was really the thing. The question really was, well, okay, as a black woman, if someone was harassing you on public transportation, would you be looking for safety pins, or would you just be asking for help? And that's the thing. You need to be ready to help when you don't have that safety pin on, when you don't have that blue bracelet on. Because if you think that we live in a world where bad actors won't put on a blue bracelet, won't put on a safety pin to make me think they are safe, you are unfortunately mistaken. Show me. The other thing, I think it was Cypher who said it, and it was eye-opening to me as well the first time I heard it, was like the title of ally should never be self-awarded. The title of ally is earned. It is a lot of tokenism. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Well, and I think that's the difference, Sandra. People who think that they're great until they sit down and get told why, right? The first of the two steps back, exactly. Like, because sometimes we feel powerless, and this is where I was, right? We feel powerless, and this seems to give us a little bit of power, but when you think about it, when someone talks to you about it and you realize it's not, do you say, oh, I get that. Nope, I have learned, and move forward? Or do you hold fast to your safety pin, to your blue bracelet? Because, well, for me, no, it's not about you. It's about the people you are trying to signal, and they are telling you no. Right? And if you are someone who is able to change your mind in that atmosphere, that's when you know that is a step away from that performative activism, right? Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I figured out why I didn't feel comfortable calling myself an ally, but it might be different. But you should never label yourself an ally. You should just act like one, right? Because then you don't have to label yourself. It takes care of itself. Just be one. Can a mod allow that? Hold on. Oh, I tried to. I have to swipe it. It's not letting me swipe it. Don't worry, Spookerific, you're fine. We're gonna allow that. Yeah, actions speak louder, and in fact, actions are the only language that we understand in those situations. Right? If you come home from a day on that train and you tell your spouse about how some white dude was harassing a black woman on a train and she didn't notice my safety pin, but I hope she knew I was there for her. You have been performative. You have not assisted her. You have not stood up for her. You have not made her day or her life any better. You have been an observer. Yeah. One elderly you're very progressive. Spookerific, I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much for you. I hope that continues. Right, you don't get to... Good night, Dissa. It's good to see you. Right, allies are allies in the dark. Sometimes you're never, ever, ever, ever gonna be able to tell anyone that you were an ally, and that's okay. Flip the exterior, blah, blah, blah. Back panel to the right side. Insert one end of your D-ring anchor into the slot. Oh. Oh! Thank you for... Thank you! Hey, Shelly! Thank you for continuing that gift sub. I don't know why it doesn't announce like the others, but I appreciate that. So if y'all don't know what that means, because Twitch doesn't make it super clear, but if you're given a gift sub, at the end of your time, you're thankful, but your sub is over. And some people can't afford gift subs or don't want to sub to a channel. That's okay, right? You do you. Money is in short supply. But if you are able and you choose to, you can convert your gift sub into into your own sub, which is what Elo just did, and I appreciate you. I mean, I already appreciated you, but I appreciate that. It's like the quote from Futurama: when you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Yep. And you have to be comfortable with that, right? You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Sometimes the biggest hero is the one unsung. And you need to be comfortable with recognizing that in yourself. And that's it. Everything else is, yeah. Oh, you're right, Crimson. I think it's a nice gesture to celebrate, though. I wish it was kind of, you know. That's just me. All right. Happy with the fit. I think it is nice and snug. Okay. Okay. But I believe you're right, Crimson. Okay. We're in a good place. Take a look at the cut slot. Blah, blah, blah. Once you're happy with the fit, flip it over, remove the double-sided tape, which is what we're doing, if I'm able to. I love having nails, but woo, sometimes it's a trial and a chore. Gosh, I have a lot of sewing I have to do tomorrow. Right, it's like asking someone if they're woke, which again, by the way, is yet another word stolen from the Black vernacular. And either vilified or used for other people's stuff. You started sewing again after a long break. Ooh, new machine. What'd you get? Upgrading window. Oh, good luck, Crimson. Maybe we'll see you again. Well, and I love that we have made the word woke. We, not we. I love that there are people who have made the word woke a bad thing. Like, what? Like, being awake is bad? Being awake to the reality of life is bad? For some people, I suppose it is. Well, I appreciate it. You know what? Subbing is never required. I appreciate it, though. Thank you. One of our goals this year for 2025 is we have two channel-based like numbers goals, and one of them is to reach 100 sub points a month. They're actually both below like the stream, right? So you can see help me earn points to reach plus level 1. That means I have 100 paying sub points per month. Tier 1s are worth 1, tier 2s are worth 2, and then tier 3s are worth 6. And if I can get 100 points for 3 months in a row, I get a 60-40 revenue share, which is not insignificant, 10% more of the money that you spend goes to me. I think that's great. So that's on me to inspire people to do that. And I appreciate anyone who's able to. It's not a requirement. It's not an ask. It's just something that I'm aiming to do. If I can, it used to be something we did with no problem. We used to carry 350 to 500 subs every month. But that was when I streamed 6 days a week in the morning, of basically between part-time and part-time and full-time hours. And now I have a day job. So I would just, if it's something that's doable, we're going to try. If not, that's fine. The other thing is we want to hit 25,000 followers this year in 2025. Blanket burritos are valid. A brother, 100. Oh, nice. Shelly, that's awesome. Right, words in the modern day lexicon that have been bastardized, demonized. It's. Yeah. Well, and it's like, it's interesting too how these things happen. You take something like the words, literally the letters DEI, that has been turned into like a bad word. I don't understand it. I mean, I do. But okay. Once you're happy with the fit, flip it over with the dart. Okay. Sew a box around that slat as follows. 1/4 of an inch away from each cut edge. 1/8 of an inch in from the top and bottom. Okay. 1/4 of an inch is going to be... Englander, thank you for gifting that sub. That's very kind of you. Good day, my friend. How are things across the pond? A plaid hooded onesie. That sounds delightful. Right, there was never a real plan in place for that. I will say one of the worst best things I ever did with a company on Twitch was for the that hoodie thing I did. The Oodie. I mean, it was, they just didn't want to pay people. And they didn't want us to talk about paying people. So it was like, woof. Right? But thank you so much. Shelly, enjoy your gift sub. Welcome to the Wookie Cookies. Just so everybody knows, if you haven't seen it, it is the end of year bonus round until the 2nd. Bonus gift subs, 30% on new subs. So if you're a new subscriber, 30% off, which counts for multi-month subs, I believe. And then if you gift 5 subs or more, Valorant will give us at least 1, but there's a chance of getting more. You're so kind. I hope you had a great Christmas, Englander. That was very nice of you. Okay, yeah, all right.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Nice bug. Wait, is it like this though? Is it that like that? Oh, also don't forget, if you're someone who's been a subscriber, for a year or more, like if you have accumulated 12 months of sub time, you get to have your own sound bite in the channel. Gonna eyeball this. We do what we can when we can. No, very true words. I appreciate you nonetheless. I hope you had a great Christmas, holiday, Hanukkah. I don't know about you all, but I really like the fishing while I'm sewing. Because I feel like it gives like another thing to do, especially when I get quiet. Beautiful. Supper time. Enjoy, Sandra. It was good to talk to you. I'll see you tomorrow for Sims, I hope. What got you back into sewing was Ren Fair? Shelly, do you want to know something interesting? Maybe not. But something I find interesting. The Renaissance Fair is what got me back into. I love the fishing game too. Is what got me back into sewing. I sewed when I was younger. Okay. Mason, the Masonic organization has a group called the Rainbow Girls, and they are kind of like Masonic Girl Scouts. And my best friend was a part of it, so I joined with her, and I enjoyed it. It was actually quite interesting. This computer's just not going to come on now either. Okay, here we go. And I used to sew, I sewed my dresses for that. I used to sew some clothes for high school. And then I stopped in college. I didn't touch my sewing machine for 5 years. I graduated college in 1996. And I moved into an apartment. And this is going to sound really weird. We were talking about going to the Renaissance Fair with my friends and how I wanted a costume, but I wasn't sure if I was going to make a costume because, I don't know. And Princess Diana died. I know, stick with me. Princess Diana died. She was a big deal in our household. My mom shared a birthday with her. My mom thought she was the bee's knees. She woke me up when she got married. We watched her get married. And I was at their house. I had gone to the Cape with some friends of mine that I was going to the Renaissance Fair with, actually. And I had gone with them to, I think it was Provincetown in the Cape. And we, hung out all day and had a good time. And we came home and I saw that the accident had happened on a TV in a bar. So I went home because I knew my mom would be upset. And we watched TV until we went to sleep and they said that she'd be okay. And then obviously she wasn't. And so we watched the news for a little while. And then it was time for me to go back home to my apartment. And I knew that I wasn't going to do anything but really watch the news for the next week, right? This was a huge thing. On the way out of my parents' hometown. So I grabbed my sewing machine from my parents' house. We dug it out, put it in the car. I stopped at Joann Fabrics and I bought a pattern for a Renaissance Fair dress. Hold on, I'm going to keep talking. A pattern for a Renaissance Fair dress and the fabric I needed to complete it. I drove home listening to the news the whole way. I got home and I spent, the better part of that week when I wasn't working, reacquainting myself with sewing. I hadn't sewed since high school, right? And here I was, 1996, fresh graduate, 23 years old, right? I learned how to sew when I was 8. So, I made myself a dress for the Renaissance Fair. I wore it. It was my very first time at the Renaissance Fair. I wore it. I fell in love with the Renaissance Fair. I ended up working there the next year. And I never wore this dress again. But I have always kept it. Now, is it the best? Oh, hell no. I think I wore it to the fair twice that season, though. Right? But the story should really be how Princess Diana taught me to sew again and gave me a lifelong love of the Renaissance Fair. Right? So I also had bought the grommet maker, right? And if you look at it, it's not super great, right? I've got these exposed seams, right? I actually had to hand sew it tighter to make it not as big because I made it a little too big. It's not the prettiest hand sewing, but it's lasted, almost 30 years at this point. But I look at the job that I did. Gathering things, lining the bodice, right? Hemming the bottom, and you can see the dirt from the Renaissance Fair still on it, right? And I did a really good job for the amount of time it had been since I had sewn something, right? And I never looked back. I never brought my sewing machine back to my parents' house, which was the intent. And it's when I started sewing again. So I love that it is what had you like rekindled your love of sewing. I love that we shared that, Shelley. What Renaissance fair do you go to? Here's where you tell me it's the same fair. Oh, Sherwood. Okay, not my fair, but I know it well. I have friends who used to work at that one. My fair was King Richard's in Boston. That was the first fair I worked at. But not the last. I would love to, in a world where we had less going on, I would love to work at the Larkspur Fair. Maybe in retirement. If we still live here. Yeah, fair. We're talking about the Renaissance Fair. Oh, well, I mean, it's not great that that was your crash course, right? During all that banana cakes stuff going on, but I'm glad that you were able to, yeah. I love that Sherwood has camping. They don't do that at a lot of fairs up north. Okay, insert both D-rings as shown. Oh shoot, I wasn't supposed to take that off. Let me put it back on, see if that'll work. You still haven't made it to a Ren Fair? Dark Sun, you're in luck. There is an amazing one in Sterling Forest up near you in Oswego. Hopefully you'll be able to go to that one. I'm excited for your shenanigans too. When does it open for the season? That's too tight. See how it's pinching? So we're gonna give it a little bit more room. But not too much at once, right? So I gave it maybe another little over 1 millimeter there. So stick it back in, check it. Your girlfriend wants to go after visiting Oren. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love that. Oh, I was never in the Queen's Court. That's majestic. I love that for her. I was, however, so the season after, the closest I ever came to the court at fair, was when I worked at King Richard's. I only worked there for one season, but I worked at other ones because I worked there in '98. Did I wear 98? Princess Diana died in 97. Okay, not 96. That's what's messing me up. So it was the year after I graduated college. In 97 I went, 98 I worked, and I was invited back to work again in 99, but I got transferred with work, so I had to leave. Oh, yeah. Okay. I gotta sew it like that. Words, Misty. Words. So I didn't get to work, but the next year in '99, after I'd moved to Virginia, I went up to visit my King Richard's Fair friends. And so they, being the wonderful people that they were, the day I came to visit, they spoiled me completely. And they brought me up on stage anytime they could to both embarrass and delight me. And I got to be on... hold on, I'm trying to measure. So I think one more. I got to be on... I got to sit on the dais at the joust with the queen, who flashed me. And I got to be on the talk show that the Pope ran, called Popra. Popra. I got to do a bunch of things. It was awesome. So that's the closest I've ever come. And then the next day they were like, "Hey, wait. We need someone who, the girl who wore your dress this season already quit because it was too much. Do you want to come back and work tomorrow?" And so I said yes. So I did get to work one day of the 1999 season. Hello, Raiders! Welcome on in. We build world. Hold on, it's a bird rate. Hold on, is that a frog? Are we having a dense frog advisory? Is it a dense frog advisory? Welcome on in. Strixline, hello. You're a bird creature from the bog. I'm a witch creature from the bog. Welcome on in. Hi everyone, my name's Imperial. It's nice to meet you. I'm a Twitch ambassador and I sew here on the platform. You saw me sewing just a minute ago. I sometimes play The Sims too, but mostly in sewing. And that's what we're doing today. It's nice to meet you. Welcome on in, everyone. Strix, you were reading and writing. Tell me about it. What were you doing? What were you reading? What were you writing? We're also talking about the Renaissance Fair. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. We have a follow goal for 2025. We're trying to hit 25,000 followers by the end of 2025. So if you've got a spare one, I always appreciate it. So yeah, we're also talking about the Renaissance Fair. Sherwood doesn't have themed weekends. I do like that, although I always enjoy a good Irish Celtic weekend and a pirate weekend. Bay Area Renaissance Fair moved. It did? Oh, I didn't know that. Fem, how are you? Kitsune, thanks for the follow. Aster, thanks for the follow. Strixline, I love that emote so much. We love bog friends, right? Greetings, cryptid beings. Oh my gosh, the bonk. Okay, so I love frogs. Yeah, exclamation point Discord if someone hasn't done it already in chat, Shelly. You absolutely can come in. Yeah. Doing writing sprints. Oh, that's wonderful. You're writing a story. Follow. You're at your channel follow limit. Twitch, we need to talk. I can't have a follow limit, Twitch. There's too many people I want to follow. Did you know that there's a channel follow limit? Do you know that when I talk to staff about it, they always laugh at me? Because they're like, girl, it's like 2,000 people. And I was like, then it's too low. They're like, that's a lot of people. I said, I have a lot of love. Gimme, gimme. So basically what I've been doing is unfollowing streams that are like corporate streams, right? Like, no offense, Critical Role. I love Critical Role, but I don't need to I don't need to follow Critical Role to know that they're streaming, right? So I need to find someone and unfollow them because it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. Plus writing. I'd like to see this. Doing better. Oh, I'm sorry you had a stomach bug. That's a boo. But I'm glad you're feeling better. Pirates and pups. Wait, so I can bring my dog? Is that what you're saying? I can bring my dog? So, you know what's really funny is that I can see a followers list, but I can't see my following list. Like, I found it, the other day. Like, I found it. It's, like, I don't even know. I don't even know. Right? Like, pirates and dogs. Okay, Liquid IV is amazing. But, dressed like a dragon, that's adorable. Yeah, it's 2,000 follows is the limit. So as many words as Strix wrote. So since I'm working on following Strix, please go follow them in my stead. While I work on this really quickly. But yeah, we're talking about the Renaissance Fair. I actually used to work at the Renaissance Fair up in Boston. I was one of the townsfolk, and I walked around the fair all day. I had zones. They had to be in at certain times. Like, when you see people walking around the Renaissance Fair, there's method to that madness. There is specificity on where they are at any point in time. Just so you're aware. Adobe has a channel. It does. Let me see. Am I still following Adobe? Boom! Thank you for finding Strix's follow. Boom. Follow. At the limit again. Yeah, so let me know if you have any issues getting on the Discord, Shelly. I do like on the Scottish weekend, they put a little sign next to all the food that just says Scottish. Let me see if I can find it. In Larkspur. Larkspur calls it Celtic weekend. It's Scottish weekend in the fair up in Maryland. But yeah, so it'll be like turkey leg, but next to it it'll say Scottish. So it'll be a Scottish turkey leg, or Scottish corn on the cob, or insert food item here. Change into a different ear thing. Gonna give my ear a break. But I can't find it. But yeah, it's fun. And so right now my home fair is Maryland. Oh, used to be. My home fair is Larkspurshire, up in here in Colorado, because this is where I currently live. But my fair before this was the Maryland Renaissance Fair, is one of the best ones out there. I have a special place in my heart for it, but my original fair was King Richard's Fair in Boston. King Richard's, which is extremely expensive. You're more than aware of certain schedules, Elo, I'm sure. 60% of your friends' associates were on cast at one point or another. Yeah, so you get it. Oh, Tux! I love Tux. Tux used to last one weekend shorter than my run at King Richard's, so they would come down to visit us for closing weekend. But yeah, a morning meeting was always a fun time, because when you first start, you get there so early, and you are dressed and make-upped and ready for morning meeting. And then by the end of the season, we're just like lacing each other up in a line because we're just over it. And we are like throwing some blush on while we're like getting ready for places. And yeah. So sweet. You, across the lake in upstate New York is one of my favorite fairs. It's called Sterling Forest. There's Sterling and Sterling Forest. One of them is also called Tuxedo, those two, both in New York. But it's in Oswego, New York. There's camping nearby. That's what I usually did when I went to visit it, but it wasn't a camping-based fair. Like Sherwood that Shelly's talking about actually has camping on site, which is really cool. Oh no, did Tuxedo close? It was open this year. No, it's open for next year. It's the New York Renaissance Fair. It is Saturdays, Sundays, and Labor Day, August 16th through October 5th, 2025 in Tuxedo, New York. Yeah. Let's see what they have for entertainment. Any that I know? Dead Bob! I love Dead Bob. Dead Bob's my favorite. Okay, let's see. Larks, Colorado Renaissance Festival. What are the dates for next year? If you've never seen the Colorado Renaissance Festival, it's absolutely something to take a look at in terms of, like, if you're in the area and would like to. It is so beautiful. It is on a hill, which is a little bit hard on my knees, but it's absolutely a stunning sight. Bay Area Renaissance Fair in Tampa. Barf. Do you remember a Pope and a Cardinal that used to work there? I don't know that it was Barf, though, but I do remember Barf. PA Ren Fair, I've heard is great. I haven't been there before. Oh, you've been to Sterling? Isn't it so beautiful? I used to know the Queen there in the 90s. I got to see Jacques the Whipper. We've seen the Jacques the Whipper a few times now that he's been in Colorado. It's been great. He's a fantastic show. Oh, hey, seasonal breads. What's our bread this season? Like, what's our seasonal bread right now? I had a great Christmas. I got to spend it with my family. Let's see. Pope, Urbino, Pop. Oh, he's going to have faded into the zeitgeist. I think he was also a real pope. My friends... Okay, hold on. David Stickney. None of those people are David Stickney. There he is. That's David Stickney, though. He's on the cover of... Here, this is really all you need to know. He's passed away, unfortunately. But that's his brother, Paul. Paul and Dave Stickney. They played the Pope and Cardinal at lots of Renaissance fairs. They started up in Boston at King Richard's Fair, and then they worked at a fair in Florida. I don't remember if it was BARF or was it FLARF? Florida Renaissance Fair. I don't remember. They worked at a couple other ones in Connecticut, but they were fantastic. Spiced fruit loaf. That's a daring choice. But they were kind and funny. And I'm actually in this episode, this issue of Renaissance Magazine. I am, let's see if the photos. If there's a picture of us all, sorry. No, he got real sick. As people are sometimes wont to do. But he loved entertaining with everything he had. And he and his brother both worked the Renaissance Fair. Okay, he also would say attack by zombie slaves, and then we would, yeah, it was a whole thing he used to say, and then it was 30 years ago. I don't think we'd use that same vernacular now, but someone once was like, is it attack my zombie slaves, or is it attack, comma, my zombie slave? And so that's where it came from. Bob, what are you talking about, Dead Bob? No. But there's also, who is it? Don Juan and Miguel. Miguel, I think it was, passed away this year, which is heartbreaking as well. I guess my picture's not here. But yeah, I mean, it's hard, especially when you live kind of that nomadic life. It can be difficult for people to keep up with their health in a way that they should, and sometimes it catches up. Right, let's eat, Grandma, versus let's eat, Grandma. Rachel Ray enjoys eating her family and her dogs. Well, I mean, wow. Okay. Toasted with loads of butter for breakfast and also late snack. There you go. I hope you had a great holiday season, seasonal breads. It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Oxford comma specifically. Oh, I'm at the wrong place. A typo at a magazine cover. No, that's awful. I don't even remember that. So when you're sewing, by the way, as some of you do, if you are someone who is sewing something that has corners, always pivot when the needle is coming up, not going down, right? Because if you pivot when the needle is, so the needle, goes down, like say, so see how it's going up right here? If you're going down and you pivot right here, the needle wouldn't have locked in the thread. So you're going to skip a stitch. But if you wait till it's on the upswing and then you pivot, that's how you get a nice clean corner. Tips with Imperial. Don't do that. Okay. Sometimes the thread on this thing doesn't like to give. It is a very manual machine, but it's amazing, so I can't be mad at it. I mean, to be honest, I could be mad at it, but right, the more you know. It is also the season for soup. Oh no, wisdom teeth, no. I like the Smiths. I like the laser guide too. It came with the machine and I am very happy for it. All right. Whoopsh. All right, separate the D-rings. Remove the double-sided backing and press it down. And then we'll stitch it, but I did not cut that. Sorry. It'll get somewhat trapped underneath there. All right. I've been there too. Sorry you didn't get it done. All right. Just making sure it's the same on both sides. Then we're gonna measure 1 inch in. On both sides. What's that going to be? An 8th. Okay. Blame the stomach bug. I haven't gotten anywhere near as done this holiday week as I wanted to. I've had, I've been off since Tuesday afternoon, and I had so much I wanted to get done. Oh my goodness, while you were pregnant you had yours removed? That's amazing. I did not. I had one removed and it was awful. So to have them all removed, you're a saint. Okay, I gotta put this back up to 5. Right, now we're gonna top stitch all the way around, 1/8 of an inch from the edges. It's not going to be exactly on the line because the line, that 1 inch line doesn't take into account where the stitch stops. But as long as you're like on it. This one's going to be interesting because I'm going to have to scooch it in a little bit so that it hits the 1/8 of an inch line. And there's our square corner. Okay, good. But yeah, I had one wisdom tooth taken out, and it was taken out, it was pulled out instead of, what do you say? What do you call it? It was pulled out instead of, oh, I'm going to go one more. Instead of, like, extracted. Yeah, that's better. I got the closest I came to that, not that it's the teeth pain Olympics, but I got my braces on when I was 4 months pregnant with Zoe, because when I planned the appointment and I, had all the money like ready to go, I hadn't planned on being pregnant, so I still had to do it, or else we would have forfeited all of our money because American Health Care. So I ended up having to get braces installed while pregnant, which is a lot of gag reflex you gotta work through. Finding out that someone else's people are also my people that I hadn't been introduced yet. Oh. Yes, agreed. I am lucky to have found all of you. They had to surgically, so I have one that is super impacted. So I only ever had 2. I was very lucky in that, but it's a genetic thing, right? My dad had 1, I think my mom had 3. So I got it in the middle, but neither of my parents had 4 wisdom teeth. So it's an evolutionary thing. It's like our pinky, it's slowly going away. So one was, one came, they're both tops, no bottom ones. So the top, which is weird considering who I am, and the top one, one was extracted, and one will need to, I'm sorry, I'm still chuckling at myself for that. One is so seriously impacted over my rearmost molar that they're like, if it even starts to think about moving, you're gonna have to have that thing taken out. So. Yeah, and that's the thing. Usually if you really need that surgery, it's gonna be the pain before that's gonna be the worst part. So let's trim these tails. We're gonna knot these threads because we pulled it. You don't generally want to backstitch on vinyl. It doesn't look great. So you leave long tails and you pull them through and you tie them up. And they will look better on the outside. And they won't pull out because you've knotted it in the back where nobody sees it. So. Some nearby threads for good measure. Then I do all four together. Ta-da! And anything that wasn't seen and I backstitched, I can just trim. And I don't really have to trim because the inside, normally the insides of my bags are messy. But one of the things, and I didn't put this on my New Year's resolutions because I don't make resolutions on my goals for 2025. I read somewhere that somebody said that they started to improve in their craft when they realized that they wanted to make the inside of their art as beautiful as the outside. So while it may never be truly beautiful in the underside of a purse, I can make it look a whole heck of a lot nicer. So we're gonna work on that for 2025.
Permission to jump in her next
Hey,
lane and blow something
River!
up?
Permission granted. Admiral, swing us around.
Oh, Carrie, her anniversary was just a couple days ago. Dental is a separate beast. Yeah, it does not. Your NHS covers a bit, but most people are having to go private. Wow. That sounds criminal. I'm sorry. Well, I hope that everything goes well, Seasonal, because that sounds just not great. Okay, so this looks a little uneven. I'm not super happy with it, but again, this is a me thing. Yeah, this is a me thing. I look at bags that you get at the store, and they look never as good as that. So, but you can see it on the bottom right if you look. Actually, the whole thing looks a little bit crooked. I'm gonna have to take it. It's also sitting crooked, so I'm gonna have to take a look at it later. Because, hold on. Sometimes, if I look at something too long, it either looks better than it has a right to, or worse than I thought it did. So, we'll take a look later. You're able to game and stream into Discord. Oh, good. I'm glad, River. Did your package come? It's your birthday on Friday. Liquid cake for you. Oh, I hope it's good liquid cake. Happy birthday. The 3rd. Well, happy birthday. To both of you. All right, here's what we're going to do, friends, Romans, non-Romans. We're going to find someone to raid and pay back some of this amazing love that has been showed to us. Bonberry, thank you for the follow. We're going to find someone else to say hello to. I will be back on tomorrow. If you're like, oh, maybe I'll come back. Let us be your 17th favorite streamer. We will be on tomorrow night playing The Sims. And we might be on during the day sometime soon because I do have the day, or January 1st because I do have the day off. Excuse me. Excuse me again. The yawns. They're just hitting hard tonight. Like, so thanks for hanging out. I always appreciate it. Your time, as I like to say, is your most valuable asset. And when you choose to spend it here, that is nothing short of an honor. So, thank you, thank you. We met someone during the raid train that we're going to go say hi to. I think we might... Have we already raided them recently? Let's see. You have not raided them in the last 30 days. Okay. So, yeah, I think I saw them during our raid train. Excuse me. Their name is Lockwood Leathercraft. And there's 2 of them. And they're doing leatherworking, so... Attack of the Yawns. It's my autobiography. But... Whew. Oh, no, Saucy. Oh, well, thank goodness you don't have to do that again. Right? Thank you all for the stream. Let's go say hi to Justin and Jeremy, who make up Lockwood Leathercraft. From my recollection, they seem like really great people. I did get to meet them during the Artists and Makers Raid Train. So thanks again for hanging out. I hope you've had a great time, because I know that I have. Hopefully I'll get to see you on Monday. There's all my socials in my Discord. Please join us offline. It's always a lot of fun, or not. Whatever floats your boat. I just want you to be happy. So until the next time I see you, whether it's Monday or another day, please remember that I love you. Stay kind to yourselves and others. Peace, for sure. Stay beautiful. I'll see you later.